quick story time for you guys, how Elise and I met. Elise and I met at Woodstock Fruit Festival in 2014, and we were these young kids at Woodstock meeting Megan Elizabeth and all of people we can call friends now, but we were like, wow, this is so inspiring. These people who live in Hawaii and are able to just manifest this life on social media, it's so cool. We should really try to build something. So we just became friends, started our channels, and we just helped each other out, and we're, building our channels together for the longest time.
Yeah, I think it was a couple months after Woodstock, we got in this little mastermind group with a couple other people.
Yeah,
just talked all
where
the time.
where we would support each other. Hey, what are good videos to make right now? How can you do this design on an ebook? Just truly people trying to build something that we didn't really have yet and trying to make it happen. And then I think it was a year later, and we were both struggling. The following year at Woodstock, Elise, came up to me and was like, I'm really thinking about getting out of college and getting out of the mainland and leaving and going to move to Hawaii and try to really build my YouTube channel. And I was like, Elise, don't do it. It's a really bad idea.
In a kind way, you're like, are you sure?
I was like, you have one more year of school. You can always back up on that. Are you sure you want to leave? And there was just a fire in her eye that I just was like, wow, she's serious about this. And you could tell she wasn't gonna take anything else for an answer.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, wow, it's a terrible choice. And she did it. And you also struggled for a while.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, and you have videos about that.
Yeah. Struggling for 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Financially.
And then obviously, long story short, you guys know at this point, Elise just taps into this vein in social media. What I wanted to ask you is, what do you do now to stay grounded and to keep it real with this huge responsibility and different lifestyle that kind of just happened?
Good question. So, yeah, it definitely blew my life into somewhere I didn't know it would be, and I started to actually develop some health conditions from working too hard and from letting it get the best of me. Not necessarily ego-wise, but just wanting to work more and to give more, because now that there's more people watching, I wanted to make sure that I was giving as much as I could. So I gave more than I could, and I started to feel unhealthy. So that kind of made me realize that I had to take care of myself in order to keep this going. So I definitely try my best to listen to my body. If I feel like I'm getting a little stressed, if I feel like my digestion is impaired, or any little signs I'm feeling anxious or just drained of energy, I just stop immediately, and I'm okay, I'm gonna go outside for the rest of the day, or okay, I'm gonna sit in this beanbag chair and just chill and not work, or do I need more social interaction? I always check in with my body, and I feel like that is the number one thing. It's just not
such a good
fighting those little signs.
Because so many people can get caught up and say oh, if I drop a video every hour, I need to check the stats so that I know what the best time is. What you just said is, you probably release things that are gonna maybe stir up all of these views and comments that you have to report on, but you just give it some time to marinate, let it chill.
And I also express myself on occasion through art, just drawing.
I love your drawings, your mandalas, yeah.
They're
fun.
Motivational
quote mandalas.
Yeah, and I also talk to people. I express myself, and that's one way that really helps me stay grounded and stay out of the interweb life, and just actually be talking to somebody face to face, because you could just let yourself roll with it and be on the computer or in front of a camera all the time. And for example, I wanted to vlog my day today, and I took the camera out a couple of times, but sometimes it just doesn't feel natural. So when it doesn't, I don't do it.
Well, yeah, thank you so much, Elise, for coming on. She was hanging out at the YouTube house, which I'm sure you guys can see those videos, for most of the time while I was here.
Yeah.
But I was grateful that in the final day before I leave tomorrow, that I got to see her and let her give some of her wisdom. I feel like so many of your new viewers don't know that just like everyone else, for years you were trying to build up your YouTube channel. We were doing it together, and just with dedication, hard work, mindfulness, and sticking to the truth. And the big thing with that story that I told is listening to your freaking heart. You did something that your friends and probably your family were don't do it. You had a spark in your heart, you rolled with it, and boom, it bloomed this beautiful thing. So totally inspirational.
And like you just said, like working at it as the same way that everyone's working at it, but also like collaborating with people and not doing everything on your own has been like a huge thing for me. Like talking with other YouTubers, seeing like, how are you staying grounded?
All right, go check out her beautiful, inspiring videos here in Hawaii. I'm going to be doing that because I have to go back to the cold Bay Area tomorrow, but it's okay because that's the beauty of YouTube. You can live your life through friends like this who are in Hawaii until I move out here someday.
Yes.
It will happen. Much love, Dream Extreme. See you guys. Aloha.